So, walking and talking time. I'm on the way to the supermarket. Takes about 25 minutes, I think, and so I've got there and back just for your pleasure. So let's just have a little bit of a chat then of what's going on the channel. Most of you will have read the comments, any of you that were a little bit interested, and you'd see that since I had my little bit of a shake-up, then there's a whole lot more engagement. And I know this is how it works because I've done it so many times. And I do it for two reasons. One of the reasons I do it is because I exercise my shadow. And my shadow is a level of frustration for the vast majority of people not being able to see what I see or comprehend what I comprehend. And this frustration is a normal thing, people. Some people can't get the frustration, but if you're well read and if you've listened to people who have been thinkers, you know, throughout hundreds of years, then you'll see that there's always a bit of a scorn in there. There's always this reflection upon the masses of them being vastly lesser, because the comprehension skills are vastly lesser. And so what do? In nature, what we do with creatures which are vastly lesser than us, we farm them, we enclose them, and we kill them, and we eat them, don't we? And so do you think that anything is any different with the human being? Are you so silly and naive to think that I am not going to exhibit my humanisms on my channel, my platform, where I'm speaking about my life, my psychology, my experience, and all this sort of thing? And my experience includes you, the viewers, all hiding behind your icons and your fake identities and all that. And when I was putting up these great videos speaking about the lengths and breadths of what it is to be and what I've come to know about God and spirit and psychedelics and a whole array of things, then, you know, no activity. And so I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry for offending some of you when I'm calling you some of the names under the sun, just little names like idiots and fools and deadbeats, because what I've come to understand is that by doing that I will get a response from thinking people as well as the non-thinking people. And the non-thinking people, the idiots, basically, they will spit their venom and you know, their minuscule myopic perception of me, and they feel hurt and they want to try and hurt me back. And you know, that causes just a little bit of a ripple on the channel. But then they'll either end up just going away with the tail between their legs, or they'll end up in the snake pit. Either way, they'll be gone. But what will remain is people who have had a bit of a wake-up call, and they go, yeah, I get it, yeah, I know where you come from, I've been lazy. And really, I do owe you a little bit of my time, because you've been giving me many thousands of hours of your time. And when people have watched me for many years without commenting, that tends to rile me a little bit. There's no different if you come to watch somebody in a concert doing anything, and you just sit there and you don't clap and you don't show your appreciation. It's pretty disgusting, isn't it? And so I would think that we'd all accept that that is unreasonable. And anybody that's sitting in the audience that's not clapping appropriately in appreciation when each song or verse is finished, then other people look at them and go, are you dead? And that's the assumption. And so I'm doing no different here, people. And just because it's a YouTube channel, it doesn't take away my humanism. So anyway, with that being said, there's been some great comments coming through, and people are starting to come alive, and people are now requesting Zoom chats and all that sort of thing. So whatever you think about my tactics work. As far as I'm concerned, they work for me. Now, if I'm pointing the finger at the fool and the ignorant and, you know, those varieties, and you feel that I'm letting myself down, I'm embarrassing myself, oh, my good God, look, if I was embarrassing myself, then I'd feel the embarrassment. But evidently I don't feel the embarrassment. So evidently I'm not embarrassing myself. You feel as if I could be embarrassing myself because I'm doing something that you could never do. You don't have the strength and capacity to do, whereas I can do anything. And just like Jordan Peterson says, you know, when he reads Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and Alexander Solzhenitsyn, who spent 10 years in a gulag in Siberia, he noticed that all the people there, everybody had potential for evil, because evil runs through the heart of every man. And that is a classic saying which will be bounded around humanity forever, because it's so true. And I've always told you that I'm capable of everything. I'm a self-realised human being, and I will put my hand up and I'll go, I am capable of absolutely everything. And those of you that are real men, you'll do the same. Those of you that are cowards and little shrinking violet fools that have never been outside your pathetic little comfort zone have got no idea what your potential is. And I always use the analogy, well, okay, picture this one then, for all you fools out there. You know, someone breaks into your house and starts interfering with your kids and your wife. What are you going to do? Are you going to call the police? Or are you going to take a poker and you're going to deal with this fucker? Those of you that are just going to call the police because it's the police. Oh yeah, well, I just pray to God that you don't have any children or a decent woman around you, because if that eventuality happens, then it'll just show you for what you are. And so I've got no time for that scum and vermin. And so just realise what you are, people. We are capable of everything. We're human beings. And so, you know, any of you jumped up, you know, Christians, you know, that want to tell me that God's gonna, you know, deal with me and all this sort of stuff. I'm dealing with God. God's dealing with me. Yes. God answers to me. Jesus and God and angels answer to me. They all come and speak with me and consult with me, and they come to offer me their advice. And so I don't need my advice from you guys, you know, telling me about what God's gonna do when, you know, they've all been to see me. And so even Satan himself has visited me on quite a few occasions, and so I'm familiar with all that jazz, and I'm dealing with that as I consider to be fit. Now, those of you that are marginally confused about my perspective and what I think I am and what I think I've worked out, you might just want to spend a few hours reading my book, and then you'll think again before you start, you know, your off-the-cuff, knee-jerk reaction comments. But having said that, that's very, very few. Most of you, you've seen it all before, and you're just watching the show, and, you know, you're probably enjoying it. Because there's always something that comes out of it. There's new videos come out of it, there's a new slant on the Awakened Brave, there's more people involved, and you can see there's more interaction and all this sort of stuff. And so, even if there's one thing that came out of this, it was this comment. This comment said, oh, I can see, you know, what you're doing, Aaron. I mean, you're like a beautiful flower, just hoping that somebody's going to be noticing you. And I'm like, well, I replied, I said, well, it's kind of true, but it's not that I want to be noticed. because I'm just the messenger. I'm the guy that's pointing, just like all of these gurus have been saying forever. You know, see, I'm all saying to you, you forget about this. This is going to annoy you. This is going to piss you off. But this thing that's going on here isn't about me. It's about you. It's all about you. Because everything that you're experiencing in your mind or in your heart. And so I am in your minds and hearts in some shape or form. Now, there is no definitive Awake and Brave, because for as many viewers as I've got, there is a kind of tulpa, Awake and Brave image, psychic manifestation that makes manifest in your mind's eye. I am within inside every one of your psyches, and you all interpret me differently, of course. And so therefore you just have to stop, and you have to catch yourself before you start unleashing whatever you think I am, because you've got no idea of what I am. I'm vastly too complex for any of you to ever get your heads around, because this is the nature of human psyche. We're all vastly too complex. And so I'm just pointing the direction. And so when this person says to me that, you know, I get it, you know, you just want some level of appreciation. No, what I want is I want other people to appreciate some of the things that I do. And that's why I'm endlessly pointing at the outside world. I'm showing you all the beautiful things. I'm labouring extensively about how, if you give the time, that you can see this and you can observe that and you can feel something else through your meditation, through your observation, through the stilling of your mind, through your own education and all these things. And so this channel, it's never been about this thing. This thing is the cosmos speaking to you. Get that inside your heads. For those of you that are not small enough minded to think that, oh, it's my massive ego again. You know, the ego is just something that's come along for the ride. It's a spirit energy which is along for the ride. What's at the helm now of this ship is spirit. Spirit is guiding the way, and spirit hopefully is showing you the way also. But the ego is the human operating system, and so that is always here, and it makes manifest sometimes more overtly than other times. And there are occasions when the ego looks at all of my viewers and looks at my labours and looks at my attempts, and it goes to itself, are you standing for this, higher self? I don't know what you're going to do about this with your infinite wisdom and, you know, peace and love and just let things be, and, you know, but no, I'm not standing for it. You know, you deserve more than this, and so I'm going to give it to them. So then ego starts going, oi, you. Are you aware of what energy's going into making these videos? Are you aware of the wisdom? Are you aware of the vast depth of knowledge which the Awake and Brave is bringing to you? Because if you know, it's about time you fucking woke up to it. It's about time you open your eyes and stop treating this channel just like a billion others that you fucking glaze over when you watch on YouTube. Because there is a human being here, there is a life force, and it's a very strong life force, and it's much stronger than the vast majority of life forces you're going to find out there. And so if you want to watch my videos, then you have to accept from time to time you are going to be the brunt of certain facets of my ego, certain facets of my shadow. They're going to be pointing to you down the camera like this. Yes, you, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this from, I'm talking to you. Aha, you feel it? You feel the Awake and Brave inside your head, inside your heart, inside your visory? Yes, I'm there. And also, I'm inside your dreams, whether you're aware of that or not. And now I've brought your attention to it, you will see that I am actually in your dreams. You are dreaming about the things that the Awake and Brave has said. You're dreaming about the Awake and Brave coming to visit you in your dreams, because it's happening. Because our psyche is all one. We're all the same thing. It's unavoidable. And if you say to yourselves that, oh, I've never dreamed about you, well, you're just not aware of it. But without a shadow of doubt, I'm in your head. whether you like it or not. And of course you all love it, that's why you're always here. And always the case, you know, I look at the subscriptions and it's kind of like, you know, how can I get rid of these people? I can't ever get rid of anybody. Try as I may, what have I got to do to get rid of some of these fools? It will never happen. All that happens is I get more and more subscribers. So it speaks for itself, people. And the vast majority of you, you know, you realise it, and you're starting to get where I'm coming from now, because I'm expressing myself and explaining how things are, and this, that and the other. I've never had any bones about any of my humanisms, any of my so-called failings. I've laid everything on the table and I've told you exactly what I am. And there's nothing surreptitious, there's nothing hidden, there's nothing in the closets. What you see is what you get, and that is me. And so I am not embarrassed or ashamed of absolutely anything that I've ever done or anything that I will be doing. And so I'm completely free with myself, knowing that I am a very fine example of a human being. And the very fact that some people feel upset about what I say and do is because you personally have to evolve more. And so it is you. And then, you know, one of you guys, you say, oh, he's always telling us that it's us because he's in denial that it's him. I've told you what I am, and I've showed you what I am forever. When are you going to get it? I'm not in denial of what I am. You're in denial of what you are, evidently. So stop pointing the fucking finger at me and just look at the three motherfuckers pointing back at you. That's what my channel's all about. That's what my videos are about. I'm trying to find the others. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else out there. I'm trying to wake people up. I'm trying to point people in the right direction. And, you know, it is working because more of you are making realizations, and then you're actually coming forward and you're stating that my videos mean so much to you over the years. You've grown and you've discovered this. Well, is that too much to ask from you? People that have been watching my videos for years, is it really too much to ask? Is it really a reflection of my, you know, terrible insecurity that I should be hiding away? You know, or is it just perfectly normal for an artist? I'm an artist. That's what I'm doing here. I'm performing. And so when people perform, it is expected that there's a certain level of engagement and appreciation, because at the end of the day, you don't buy the fucking tickets to go to the venue if you don't like what the person's offering. You evidently like what I'm offering. So fucking just be a human being, goddammit. Be a decent human being and just say it. And that's all I've said. I said, just see what it feels like. Go on, try. I dare you. This is what I've been doing like a kid. When I was a kid, I used to go around the woods and the forests and everything. And, you know, I'd be up turning stones and I'd be looking down holes and I'd be putting my hands up in trees and feeling around. I'd be poking at hornets, wasps and bees hives and all the rest of it. Then, you know, I'd be catching certain creatures and feeding them to other creatures. Like I'd catch big house spiders, I'd put them in a jar, and then I'd hunt for some flies or for some other things that the spider's liable to eat. And then I'd just be watching to see what happens. That's what I do. And so I'm watching you, and I'm watching what is happening. And when I see that there's hardly anything happening, I'm going to stick a stick in the hive to get a little bit of agitation. And that's what's going on, people. And so hopefully now you can just all calm the fuck down and just finally get it that I'm not embarrassed about a single thing. There's no reason why I would be embarrassed. If you think that, you know, you're better than this, well, that's just a projection of yours. You want something more from me. You want all these beautiful gems which you've never commented on. That's what you want. You want constant feeding. And now I'm not feeding you that. I want, where's the Awakened Brave gone? I want the Awakened Brave back. You're better than this. You're embarrassing yourself. Give me what I want. Give it to me. You see, fools. Come on, people. Wake up. That's what I've been saying. Wake up. Wake up to another beautiful day. Wake up to the miracle that's going on around you every single day. You know, you're all too in here in your tiny little myopic worlds with your ridiculous ego, which is, you know, at the helm of your vessel every single day. You know, what I'm trying to do is get you to realise this stupid ego is at the helm. I show you when the ego's at my helm, and then I show you when it's not. And you can see the difference, can't you? Can you see the difference in yourselves? Have you ever discovered it within yourselves? That's what this channel's about, people. Get your heads around it, for fuck's sake.